Hey everybody, it's Gypsy. So, it's Saturday morning. I am on my way to the flea market to Devon, like I do every Saturday and Sunday morning. And, I've just been thinking, like, so much weird stuff going on in the world. And, I don't know, I was listening to a podcast this morning. They were talking about the solar flares. And they were kind of making fun of it because, they heard people say, there were going to be power outages and stuff like that. It never happened. Well, from their perspective, it didn't happen because they didn't, see anything happen. But what happened for me, and I didn't even think of it at the time because where I live, this shit happens, but it did coincide the other day with the solar flare thing. I didn't even know about it because I wasn't really paying attention to the solar flare thing. And it's about 6:15 in the morning. I'm outside with my dog. And I look up at the house and all of a sudden the electricity goes out. And then I hear this big bang from I don't know where. I live in a rural area, so I don't know where. And lights come back on. And then the next day, is the Northern Lights we were supposed to be able to see last night. And so I'm thinking, well, we make fun of this stuff if we don't experience it. And we probably will make fun of somebody else who does. I don't understand that. Because all of your opinions and ideas are based on what you've experienced in your life. So, a lot of people make fun of me because I've had a lot of woo-woo strange experiences in my life. But others haven't. And to me, it's like, alright, like the topic of Bigfoot. I don't know anything. I've never seen Bigfoot. I don't know if he's real. I don't know if he's not. But there are those who claim they have seen Bigfoot. Now, who am I to judge them? Just because I have not experienced something does not mean it's not real. But anyways, so the Northern Lights last night, people in our area were taking pictures with their cameras, their phones. And it was showing up on there, but you couldn't see it with the naked eye. I'm a little confused about that one. Because in the late 70s, when I was a teenager, I was at a youth group camp. And we were camped on the shores of Lake Erie, which means it was in this area. And you were able to see the Northern Lights without, the camera and shit. Sorry, didn't mean to say shit. So anyway, I don't know. All this got me thinking. So, like, when we, make fun of things or people because it's not what we experienced, we have to understand, we all can't experience the same things. Everybody can't experience everything. And, some of us just didn't sign up for the strange woo-woo shit that goes on in the universe. And it's okay. It doesn't matter. But I think the people who do make fun of experiences they've had, I wonder if maybe it's a fear thing. I don't know. But we have to understand. I can't, even simple things like maybe, I hate to use this one, but it's the first one that comes to my head. Abortion. I don't make judgments on abortion because I've never been in a position where I have needed one. After losing 2 babies, I would believe that it is a very, very difficult thing to go through, and if you need one, it's probably for a very good reason. So I can't judge someone. I'm not pro-abortion, but I'm not in a position to judge it because I've never experienced it. So that's how I feel about things. I don't judge things I haven't experienced. I'm not someone else. And even things like Well, if somebody, well, what would you do if this happened or that happened? If I haven't experienced it yet, I can't tell you. Because what I have found through my life is I don't know how I'm going to react to something until it happens. Because sometimes I surprise myself. I don't know. Everything is so weird in the world today that it gets me thinking about this stuff. And it did. It started with the solar flares. Then I'm wondering, okay, well, back in the late 70s, did we have solar flares to be able to see the northern lights over Lake Erie, which was gorgeous. It was, I felt truly blessed to have witnessed that, because we don't see that in this area of the world. Where my daughter-in-law's from, well, it's common. You see it in the winter all the time. So it's like, well, nobody talked about solar flares back in the 70s. It's just because we didn't know about them. People seem more awake and aware now than back in the 70s as to spiritual matters and what the weird stuff that's going on in the world today, which they are connected. So, I don't know, it just got me thinking. I think we need to all learn to be a little bit more open-minded. And just because you haven't experienced something does not mean it's not real. You have to leave your options open for everything. Because to me, in this universe, anything's possible. And I believe that because of the weird experiences I have had through my lifetime, and I understand that. You know, it all depends on what is going on in your life. And, you know, I'm just in a strange mood because it's the 10th anniversary of my son's death, you know, so it's just like, I don't know, here I am laughing about it just because I don't like to think about it. So anyways, I'm rambling. I don't even really understand what the topic I was going for here. It was just the podcast I listened to, and they're talking about the solar flares and the northern lights. Well, they were talking more about, they didn't mention the northern lights. The solar flares got me to thinking about that, and they laughed about, you know, the electricity. Well, it did, and it was very brief, but it did happen. And, you know, and it's 6:15 in the morning. A lot of people are still sleeping and don't see this stuff. But I saw it, you know, I was awake. Anyways, I'm going to leave you with that. Blessed be, and make it a joyful